Alright, we should be good. Let me just refresh Twitch real quick. YouTube should be good. Cool. Cool. Alright, if you're watching the VOD after the fact, then welcome. We are today kind of just going through an established colony that I have. I've been playing this a ton lately, like the past week, and this is already the point that we're at. This is our main colony. I know it's hard to see with me not zoomed in a ton, but we have our own hydroponics. This playthrough is really focusing on gravships in the Gravship Expanded mod. There's a lot more that it adds to gravships, and that I think is just more fun. So this is our main like stable colony, trying to put up defenses around it, so we don't really have to deal with too many attacks. Our second colony, though, this is the craziest map I've ever seen. There's two entrances, one on the north and one on the west, that enemies can come in, other than drop shipping in, and they can kind of land everywhere. But just look at the amount of mountains. Like, mountain bases are my favorite. You can wrap all the way around, basically. So I'm gonna make this like a mega colony. There's a bunch of geothermal vents. I think what, 5 of them, which is unheard of in such a small, easily protected area. And then there's a stockpile zone as well. So I'm just throwing all of my waste packs from my robot helpers in there and not even thinking about it. So this is the best map I've ever seen. So I want to take this playthrough kind of far. And then we have a gravship. This gravship, since we're doing the Gravship Expand mod, there's a bunch of tweaks to the gravships where you start off super small, but then it's pretty easy to expand from there. The research for gravships is under Grav Tech, separated out. There's a whole bunch of like, basic, but you get these research points by how many tiles you travel with gravships. So it's I like that research organized this way, because it forces you to go out and actually make a bunch of trips. So I'm trying to move my gravship as much as possible. You don't need grav anchors. Grav anchors just reduce the cooldown for the engine to 0. So there's a bunch of cool stuff that I don't even know about in here. So once we get standard grav tech, then I think we're gonna do some upgrades. I assume that we get the bigger engines as well. Oh, we don't. Oh yeah, large thruster. Okay, and 6 large thrusters. Jesus, it needs vac-stone though, so we're gonna need that. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I'll explain as we play stuff that's happened, and yeah, just play the game. But yeah, person random guy, nice name. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we play lots of Project Zomboid, lots of RimWorld, and occasionally some Arc Raiders. I don't know if I'm gonna stream that as much anymore. But definitely Zomboid, we're on a streamer only server there, and RimWorld, RimWorld's that game that I always come back to that I love, so I can play RimWorld anytime. But alright, let me figure out what I was doing when I last left off. I think I was going to a survey on the map with my gravship, and it appears to be the case, yeah. So this is the survey site. We have 14 days to get there, which is plenty of time. Our engine cooldown is in 0.8 hours. Okay, let me. Do they get all the steel and stuff? We're trying to get, like, as we travel with our gravship on maps, trying to mine out all the resources, and we recently brought those resources back to our second insane map here, and we have 22,000 steel we got from that. Actually more, we've used a bunch of it. We got a bunch of gold. I think our main colony, no, it doesn't have a ton of gold. But our biggest bottleneck is plasteel. Luckily, in our main colony, we found an underground seam of plasteel right here. So this should be a very good amount of plasteel. We're still gonna burn through it, but if we find another couple of those and we keep mining plasteel whenever we travel in our gravship, then we should be pretty good. Like, we found 300 here, and that's 3 marine armors that you can make, not including the advanced components. But yeah, see Duffo, what's going on? Plan for today is just to keep making progress on the grav ship. I don't think we're gonna get the standard gravtech research. We have to get points on that research by moving our grav ship around. But basically, just try to just play the game, really. That's a good thing about RimWorld is that this door held open. No. That's a good thing about RimWorld is that it's you never really know what to expect. You might have some rough plans. I would like, now that we have some Devil Strand, once we get a little bit more steel at our main base, I'd like to finish off these steel vault walls. It only goes up to here, and these walls are basically indestructible. But we have our slate wall, which only has 390 HP compared to 100,000 HP of the steel vault walls. So now that we have some Devil Strand, it costs 10 Devil Strand and 50 steel per wall. So I'd like to continue that around, and then this base should be much more easily defendable other than drop pod raids. But even for drop pod raids, we have some uranium turrets here, and you can see the ranges of all of them. So we've got some defense. I don't play on crazy settings, but yeah, that's yeah, we're just gonna play the game. Let's put on 2 times speed. I think our grav ship is almost ready to leave, so let's prevent these guys from mining anything extra. Yeah, it's ready to leave. We have been crafting at our 2 colonies a ton of chem fuel. That's what these hydroponics are for. Rice grows the fastest in hydroponics, unless you throw mods in there, but so rice is the best thing to grow if you're just turning that rice into chem fuel and then into astro fuel, which you can use on your ship. So that's what our colonies are doing. Callie is one of our main crafters. She is 74 years old and has Alzheimer's. So occasionally she just, it's kind of like a break, but she kind of just roams around for a little bit and doesn't do any work, which stinks for a main crafter. Alright, we got exotic goods trader. Let's who's near here? Okay, it's not on this map, it's on this map. Let's see what the exotic goods trader has. Usually it's pretty good stuff. If we can get some gravite panels, that would be absolutely awesome. Nutrimine though is, I buy that every single time because you can make a good amount of money just turning Nutrimine into wake up. You can see we have 130 wake up. I think that'll pay for our Nutrimine, just about. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if they have any grav panels. Doesn't seem like it. We don't have any beer. Wow. Oh, this is our colony that doesn't have beer or hops. Alright, that should be good. I see grav cores, but those are super expensive. It's better just to find grav cores out there. But the gravite panels are cheap, so anytime I see gravite panels, I get those. But not bad. We'll be able to make some more Nutrimine, or some more wake up. But I like the design of this colony. It's not the most efficient, but it feels most like a bunker. Kind of just like reinforced areas here that don't have much utility, which drives me nuts because I like having the most efficient base layout. But this time around, I'm trying to make it look a little cool. I have like these little edges here that, I don't know, it might be like, I think of them as like reinforced areas, just little notches. So yeah, I don't know, trying to focus on making it look a little bit better, but it still looks like a bunch of rectangles, which isn't great. Always making progress by just playing. Yeah. What's the oldest colonist you've ever had? Oh, probably 90s. Usually I start getting bad backs. She doesn't have a bad back. Delilah has a bad back, and that just makes their movement slower and manipulation and how fast they craft stuff a bit slower. So you can replace their bad back with a bionic spine, and I could probably easily do that. I have enough advanced components. I think it takes a couple advanced components and some other stuff to make it. But yeah, we've oh, we can make some more marine armor. Is that what Callie's doing here? Let's make 2 more marine armor. We have enough plasteel for 2. Alright, let's move our ship. We did get a prisoner. They aren't bad. Like shooting melee skills and social, so honestly I'll take it, and we can train up some construction. There's never a lack of construction that needs to happen on the ship. And if there's none, then she can haul. We have a couple miners on our ship, and yeah, they. Oops, I gotta click on the survey site. Next, launch anyways. Yep. Cool. Yes, let's launch the ship. And in normal vanilla Odyssey DLC, Gravships destroy every map, no matter what, unless you have a anchor on the map. But now you can just select whether you want to keep it or not, and the anchor isn't needed to. The anchor's not needed to not destroy the map. Alright, surveying scanner, 12 days, so we gotta be here for 12 days. We might set up some water. Our grav ship is limited by 3 things. There's 3 things that determine how often we need our grav ship to return to one of our colonies. Obviously, water. But wait a minute, this is so loud. Cargo pods, wait a minute. Okay, nothing good. There's water, so we have a water tower here and some other water things here. We can store, what, 8, 10, 12, 14,000 water, which will last a while. But the more and more people that I have on the ship, the more water they'll use every day. I can put in better, like, water ways to reclaim water, so that will basically save all the water. But right now, I have an electric pump here. If I'm in a map tile for a little while, then I'll put like a water well just on the side, fully knowing that I'll lose it once I move. But that's okay. We are just trying to top off our water wherever we are for a little while. The next thing is fuel, but now my 2 colonies are producing a ton of crops, and crops get turned into chem fuel, which get turned into astro fuel, which is this purple fuel that you need for the ship. And it uses a decent amount of fuel, so it is a constant demand. But now that we have 2 colonies mass producing it, and we can ramp up production even more if needed, we do have a bunch of fuel. We just need to make sure we have it stored up. So we will have to either visit our main colonies or be close enough to our main colonies where we can just send a quick shuttle over and top everything off. The real constraint is food, though. I have these nutrient paste vats, which give out nutrient paste meals, which are the worst meal other than eating raw food. So they aren't the happiest when they eat it, but you can store a decent amount of it in these vats. I do want to put a grinder that adds more meals to the vats. Right now I have to top off these vats at a colony, but I do have a little compact stove. So whenever we go to a map, I try to hunt a couple animals, get some meat in the fridge, and have somebody always making simple meals, which are a tiny bit better than nutrient meals, in terms of not making people upset. But yeah, so that will, if I can keep hunting a few animals here and there and making sure that there's always meat, then our nutrient paste meals won't go down nearly as fast, and we'll be able to stay out for longer periods of time. So there are camels here, which are nice. But yeah, you give them bionic backs, legs to enhance performance, or just replace a bad back. Yeah, you can do anything you want. And these fabrication benches, which take a little while to get research for, you can have bionic arm, leg. Alright, that's yeah, eye, arm, leg, spine, heart, stomach, ear, tongue, jaw, and so on. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. It just is a little expensive. Oops. The leg costs 4 advanced components and 15 plasteel. And right now I only have 25 advanced components, and if I'm out of gold or plasteel, then I can't make any more. So plasteel is my biggest bottleneck right now. Is there a goal in the end, person? Yes, I have 1,700 hours in the game, and I've never beaten the game. I like the survival aspects. You get thrown on a planet with just 3 people, and you grow it from there. You get raided every now and then, and if you down a raider instead of killing them, then you can imprison them, like we are on this ship. We have a prisoner right here. We down them in battle, and now you're trying to recruit them. So that's kind of the main way how you get people. Oh, let me make sure they have something to mine while they're here for 12 days. Get some components. Components are good. I won't mine this steel until I look around and make sure we get all the better stuff. Oh, there's a little settlement right here. That's actually kind of cool. But the main goal is to survive, thrive. There are endings in the game, especially if you get like the DLCs. And I would like to do specifically like the mech ending, where there's evil robots basically always in vanilla and in the game. But for the Odyssey DLC ending, these robots have a platform in space, just not on the planet, like literally in space. So you have to travel to their platform, wipe out the hive mind, and you can either destroy the hive mind or harness it to use for yourself. I don't know which way I'll go once I get there, but that's one ending. There's a whole bunch of different endings, so I've never completed an ending, but yeah, it's just a fun game. And a good thing, Abby has died. Oh, that was our prisoner, and I put her where we have heat sinks. Every time we travel, it builds up heat, and if the heat isn't captured by these heat sinks, then it just heats up the rooms, and sometimes it gets up to like 100, 200, 300 degrees. But now that I have these heat sinks, it only gets up to like 100 degrees for like a half a day. But in these rooms, it gets up to like 200, 300 degrees. So our prisoner died. Yeah, definitely check out the game. All right, well, now we got to get rid of the body. We don't just want a body on our ship. Let's create a stockpile zone here. Put the priority to critical. Clear all. Go down to the bottom. Corpses, human corpses. Yeah, somebody should move that then. But yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that. This is a game where it's like Project Zomboid, where you have to play the game and lose to learn how to not lose that way again. So I guess I shouldn't put the prison in here. This is the bad thing about having a really tight grav ship, is there's not a lot of good places. I could put an auto door here and just use this little area as a prisoner area. So at least we'll have that option next time we get a prisoner. But yeah, it's one of those games where you live and learn and do that. But all right, so we're gonna be in this area for the grav ship for a few days, or like 11, 12 days. So I'm just gonna mine out all the steel. It'll take them a while to get to it, but at least that'll keep these guys busy for a bit, and maybe just hunt a single dromedary just to top off our food here. Water is slowly going up. I think it was at like 11 or 12,000, and now it's at 13,000. So this water well is nice. Just it only costs 50 steel. Obviously, you get thousands of steel every time this grav ship lands. Basically, we're gonna have too much steel at some point. But we're currently playing Project Zomboid. How's it going? How many playthroughs do you think you've done? Where are you spawning? All right, these guys are passing by, and you can make friends with some factions. We're allies with one faction right now, or actually two. These guys are in space though. And there's seasons and everything. There's a bunch of different events. Sometimes there's eclipses. So if you rely on solar power, you either have to have a bunch of batteries to account for when eclipses happen and there's no sun for a couple days, or just balance it out with wind, or have geothermal, which is a really good source of power. All right, we have a trader. So there's a ton of depth to this game, especially if you use mods. Quite a lot of attempts. Well, if you want to learn about Project Zomboid and learn from somebody who knows what they're talking about, C Duffo in chat streams. I think only streams Zomboid. So definitely click on their name, give them a follow, because if you want to learn how to get good at Project Zomboid, he streams that. At least a few days a week. So yeah, if you aren't already following him, probably came from over there. And check out the Discord. See Duffo has a Discord. I can't link it, but watched him the other day. Nice. Yeah. All right. See Duffo, your damn car speakers just blew from that? What? Oh, from the the landing thing. Um, do bionics increase their productivity? Yes. So we should have Chef Craft here, which might become our leader of our entire colony. You can see he has bionic arms, and 2 arms increases his manipulation, basically how fast he crafts, by 25%. And it's the same for legs. It's 25. It's 25 each. It's either 125 or 150% for moving for the legs. I don't think I've. Usually, I like to put bionics on everybody. Initially, I like to. Oh yeah, this. Oh no, this person has 1 leg. Why is this person manipulation 138? Or do they do drugs? Why is that? Elongated fingers. All right. So our pyro is like the worst trait for somebody to have. He already tried lighting our entire fuel storage area on fire one time. Elongated fingers. Where is? Oh, because he's a genie. Okay. There's like different. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in this game. All right, let's clean this up a tiny bit. Finish those walls there. Check in on our Gravship. They're just making some normal repairs. Already mining a ton of steel. That's good. So what do we need to do next? Honestly, this first colony is kind of on autopilot. We have a good variety of people so that, you know, food is always coming in, stuff's being made. But the second colony is where I want to put our focus. Hunting party, cool, whatever. This is where I want to focus on. We have a couple more areas that we can put hydroponics, and these hydroponics use a ton of power, but since we have a bunch of geothermal, then yeah. So we have a tunneler. This is a robot that is good for defense because it has a shield when it's drafted, a 250 shield pack, which is very nice. But this thing just chews through any mountain or any resource or anything. Pat, what's going on? Pyro, Nudist, and Slow Winter. What I got? Yeah. Why did I even take him? Where? Who was he? Crafter? Was it Crafter? Yeah. Well, I think I know why I got him because he's double passion in crafting and intellectual. That's why. I don't even use him for like any complex crafting. I just use him as for basic stuff. This colony needs more crafters. But when Hakuja isn't planting, they're our primary planter on this colony. We also have 2 agri-hands because honestly we're planting a lot. After the first winter on this colony, I realized that it didn't snow and the plants were still alive, which is huge. So I'm like, all right, this was my original patch of plants, and I've expanded to over here a ton of corn. Then some Devil Strand, which is the best cloth making material in the game, just because it has good like armor and blunt protections, and also I can use it for the vault walls. But yeah, that's yeah. Pyro, I always try to avoid Pyro, and he literally caught our chem fuel storage on fire, so I was ready for this to blow up. It was 500 degrees in this room, so that's why I put vents here. You can turn off the vents so it doesn't really get into the rest of the colony. But the rest of the colony went up to like 95 degrees, which is crazy because this is a huge area. But now I have fire sprinklers in this room, and in our main storage room, and in our food room. So that should be okay. We have another exotic goods trader. Let's see if it's at our main colony. Baby. Okay, no, it's at this colony again. Let's see if we get any good stuff. His wife must have loved. Oh, Jesus, seat up over. That's actually that's a good one. More Nutrien? How much is too much? We need our crafter to start putting in work. We already made 72 wake up from the last time we bought stuff, but we're still in debt here. So what else can we sell? Honestly, we have a ton of components. Our Gravship finds a good amount of components. I wish I could sell some steel. I would sell like 10,000 steel right now. We have too much of that. I want to keep this Astro Purifier. What enhances precision and stability of Astro Fuel refinement when placed next to an Astro Fuel synthesizer. All right, I don't have that, so we're holding on to that. No beer, no nothing. So I might sell some components, which kind of hurts me to do, but I have a ton of them. And that gives us enough to buy that Nutrimine. Nutrimine's just printing money. Crafter's doing that. I'm gonna have Crafter, I'm gonna force Crafter to do this. And then when he gets tired, I'm gonna have him take Wake Up, which will, I think, full clear his sleep. It'll put that up to 100% again. And I also think Recreation goes up, so... we're gonna have him pump out some Wake Up. We need more of it. And to be fair, I don't have. Oh no, I do have an orbital trade beacon. You need these orbital trade beacons to trade with the traders that are in orbit. Well, yeah, that's kind of self-explanatory. So it's like a random gen planet each time, or do you pick from a list? Yeah. So each planet. So what you see here, this map, and all the map details on each map tile, are generated with like one word or a phrase at the very beginning. So if you want to play the same planet with the same maps, you can just remember that like seed. Alright, there's Mad Dope. It is on this map, which we have a wall, so we don't care. You can remember the seed and play the same map. Sometimes mods interfere with that, but for the most part it's fine. Yeah, and you kind of just go on each of these little hexes here is just a map tile, and you'll see once we move our Gravship, but that'll actually take a while. We're here for a few days. By a few, I mean 10 more days. So each tile, once you send somebody there, is a new map. New map gets generated, and if you have more than like 5 maps at any one time, then it does get laggy. It also starts getting laggy with the more people that you have. I don't like to have more than 20 people, but there are people with like 100 colonists, and at that point, like I like knowing what each individual person does, and they have like an impact to the colony. But once you start having like 30 plus people, then it's just a matter of making sure there's the right people in a colony so everything can get done. And then you don't really care about them at an individual level. But we do have a bunch of married colonists. These guys, Vax and Gardner, 2 really good construction people. They're recently, not recently, they're probably our first couple that got married. They have a couple kids. Yeah, son and a daughter, kid 1 and baby. They're in the main colony, just because it's safer there for them. And then const mine and mine const. This is how I start mining people once I get a bunch of them to remember what everybody does. I think these guys might not be married. Yeah, fiance. And then, is it soldier? No, best friend. Shoot. I thought we had another couple. Chef? Yeah, it might be Chef, yeah. So, Chef and Hakuja are also married. Hakuja is a pigskin. Which is nice because she likes to eat raw meat and stuff, so I don't necessarily have to cook it, but whatever. Alright, grand blueprint. Somebody wants us to make a blueprint for plasma sword and 825 plasteel. That is a very good amount of plasteel. How big is it? 16 by 12? That is a good size. Is that here, or does it matter? Jump to, no, it's our main base. Do we have space for that? Because this is where the ship lands, so I need this to be open. And other than that, we have crops over here. We might be able to fit it here and maybe bite into some of the crops, which is fine. We can move over our crops a little bit. Maybe get rid of this. Actually, we could probably get rid of this. Let me deconstruct this. But basically, we have a quest to build a monument, and if it gets damaged at all, then the person giving us the quest will release 6 insect hives, which is a good amount. Ooh, is this a dead muffle? Dead for 23 days. Is it fresh? Is it frozen? No, it's 89 degrees out. It is certainly not good. All right. I want that plasteel. I really want that plasteel. Let's do it. Pods arrive. Jump to location. Here's the blueprint. Let's install it. Okay, it's not as big as I thought. That's what. Yeah, never heard that before. I don't want to put it right here. Ideally, I want to put it here. So I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna unallow this just so it doesn't get lost in the inventory. And I think all of our construction people should start tearing this down. What is this, limestone? Great. Another block to have in my inventory here. But yeah, RimWorld is it. The developers say it's not like a game. It's a story generator. Obviously it is a game, but there's a bunch of stuff that pops up that kind of dictates, not dictates, but allows you to play different ways and that kind of thing. There's a whole bunch of different maps too. Like there's deserts, there's areas with mountains, there's areas that are flat with not a lot of terrain. There's different features. Like this one has a lake with an island in the lake. This one is coastal atoll, so an island surrounding a large lagoon. So there's a whole bunch of cool stuff to check out. There's wastelands that have increased chance of scaria on the animals, so maddened animals, mechanoids lurk, and insects are there. There's glacier areas with a ton of snow, and sometimes there's these quests in there where you have to go in, mine through some ice, and kill some stuff. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of different map types and stuff. All right, let's see, how are we deconstructing this? All right, not doing this super quickly. Let's have Misty come over here because she's level 9, basically level 20 construction. Why is she walking so slow? Ooh, here is a good candidate for some bionics. She is suffering. Agony Pulse doesn't help. Brain, she has a brain scar. What? Roof collapse? Are you kidding me? No. From that? Bro. That is lame. If I was in an underground area and I dug it too big and there was a roof collapse, I'd understand. What roof was here of any substance? Never. Roof collapses never happen, especially on things like this. If you're digging in a mountain, then maybe. If you like have a huge area and you didn't support it at all. It's 11:36. 11:33. You guys see anything happen? I didn't see that roof collapse happen. Did you guys? All right, hold up. Take 2. Remove roof area. Misty, let's do that. Remove roof area. Ah, perfect. Oh, we're time travelers today. Must have been the wind. Yeah, I don't know what that was. All right, now that all of the roof is gone, no forced work. That's okay. That means there's no roof to collapse. So Misty is thoroughly messed up. Her right arm is torn off. All right, torso's a leg. Is that a stupid question? That's probably a stupid question, right? Brain with the scar. I think the only way to fix that is Luciferium, and I would try not to have Luciferium. So she needs a right arm, and I don't know if this torso. That's like a. I don't know if there's anything I can do about a torso. but we can at least give her a give her a goddamn arm. All right, right arm. Install. I don't have any bionic arms. But let's make one. Bionic arm. Let's do a quick check on everybody. Make sure we're all right. That's fine. That's fine. Left little toe, left second toe. Damn. Marta's toes are getting nibbled. Right eye. We could get an eye for Marta. She isn't a good shooter though. She's melee, so eh. Misty we looked at. Delilah is old, but she does need a left arm, left leg, and a spine. She's going to be expensive. She is our main miner on this colony, so honestly, might be good to do that for her. Callie, right ear, torso. Okay, and then our kids. What about this colony? How's everybody looking? Chef is fine. Hakuja is fine. Crafter is now fine. Crafter was missing a leg and arm or something. And okay, so that's fine. And then how is everybody on our ship? Vax is good. Gardner is good. Constantine good. Mine Const could use a new arm because they're missing a finger, but that shouldn't impact them too much. 8%, which is not great, but it's not awful. Alright, let's make sure this deconstruction keeps happening. Misty has a minor break risk. Come on, I just need this. I just need this gone. This is 2 times. She is so slow. Manipulation 32%. Yeah, she needs an arm. Chose the worst person for that job. Soldier construction. Let's have you finish off the fence. Major break, no force work. Yeah. Starvation, that's probably Misty. It is Misty. Alright, let's get this. Yeah, okay, that is a good amount quicker. Nope, come back. You're gonna finish that, and you're gonna finish that. Excellent. Oh, you're going so much quicker on that. Alright, so let's go back to this monument and install it right here. Once that constructoid finishes that. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There you go. Alright, let's put this right here. Then somebody will bring that blueprint over. And then I have to assign what material to make it out of. Probably slate, because we have a bunch of extra slate. But if it's less than 900 blocks, then I'll do sandstone. I have a feeling it's probably not going to be less than that, so we'll find out. One concern is, once we build this, if somebody breaks through this wall, because it's only slate, then that is a problem. So I might just build a vault wall real quick here. Alright, flagstone. How much do we need here? I should have looked. Does it tell us? No. Can I change it halfway through? Flagstone wall. I'll do slate, whatever. And our construction people should be building that, but yeah, they're gonna have a bunch of construction to do. How long do we have to construct this? Grand blueprint, 23 days. That's plenty of time. I'll wait on the wall for now. All right, so back to this area. We have a bunch of wake up being made. I don't know who would be faster at it, if it's Hakuja or Crafter. I would assume Crafter, because I feel like Wake Up requires crafting and intellectual. Combat supply, let's see who... Okay, that's on our main base. Soldier Const, let's have you call... Alright, any Gravlight... I got excited for the Gravlight panels. We have a little bit of beer to sell. A little bit of Wake Up to sell. This place doesn't produce much Wake Up. We have enough medicine for now, so we're good on that. Any old guns or crappy guns that we don't need, or flak vests that are almost dead. Once it gets down to 50%, then they get a debuff from wearing beat up stuff. Alright, that should be good, whatever. Get some silver here. Silver is the currency of the game. Alright, Callie is working on that arm. Arm for Misty. Yeah, Misty definitely needs an arm. Alright, our people at our ship don't have much to do. There are some dromedaries right next to us, so might as well top off on some food. Excellent. Birthday, Delilah reached the biological age of 75. She developed a cataract. Alright. So if these guys don't have much to do, that means they already got the steel that I marked for them. And it also means that they hauled it. So since they're going to be here a while, let's just get all of the steel on the map. And any more. Might be it. I don't want to explore that. I mean, what is this? Ceremonial Hood, Devil Strand. It's actually probably not an awful thing. The risk about mining close to the edges of the map is we're going to get raided twice, I think, on this map tile. There's going to be 2 raids trying to attack and destroy this surveying scanner, which we're here to defend. Usually the raids happen towards the end, so that's probably when it's going to happen, but we'll see. I might also mine into this, and we might find some ore. Because there isn't a ton of ore generation on this map. There might be something hiding in here. Check it out. We'll see. I should mine that pretty quickly, actually. Alright, so Chefcraft is mining. What? I think that's his 4th lowest priority to do, so he has nothing else to do. Let's give him something to do. We have a bunch of advanced components. Nobody needs... Well, I mean, we might as well ball out and give everybody bionic stuff. Hakuja could use a couple of new arms. Crafter has a couple arms, and Shu could use a couple arms. So let's cook up 4 arms. And we are getting raided. That is on this super easily defendable map. They're gonna attack the wall and do nothing. They're gonna sit for a little bit though. And there's none over here. But yeah, this map is awesome because there's only 2 ways for them to come in. I guess 3 if they drop pod in. But yeah. Bro got bored and decided to go to the mines. Yeah, like honestly, that is like the last priority. You can set up priorities based on their skills and stuff. So if you want them to hunt first, that's level 1, and then it goes from right to left. So all the level 1 stuff from right to left gets done first, and then it goes through again, does the level 2 stuff. So he cooks and then crafts, and then there's no more level 2 stuff. So go through again. He rescues, bed rest, childcare, basic. Haul and then clean, and then if he really has nothing to do, then honestly this craft should be level 3. It is good to look at this every now and then because sometimes you tailor what they should do for certain situations, like if you're really low on manpower for a certain thing. Yeah, and these guys are just gonna attack some walls, and after like half a day get frustrated that they can't do anything and leave. So that is a good thing about having these super strong vault walls. Alright, some people want some silver. Oh, see, yeah, perfect, we're mining some silver. Some beggars. Let's have Vax. Give them some silver, sure, we can be generous. There's no positive that comes from giving beggars what they are asking for. But if, it can make colonists a little upset if you don't give beggars anything. So that's that. So yeah, I was that's correct. There might be something else here. I didn't think we'd find an ore patch right away. Silver's not bad. I'm really looking for plasteel. Plasteel's our biggest bottleneck. Other than that, gold is always good. Uranium's good because you can just sell uranium. You never really use that much uranium. Steel is okay. I mean, we have tons of steel, so we have the ability to get a ton of steel. You use it pretty quick crafting components, and then advanced components require components, so you do eat a lot of steel that way. And also any upgrades to the ship usually require a bunch of steel. Like one small thruster is 180 steel, heat sink is 140 steel plus some gold. And we don't even have like the good stuff unlocked yet for our grav ship, so there's yeah, there's a lot that we have to do for a grav ship. So we only found steel in there, that's fine. Oh, there's close by steel, I completely didn't see that. Alright, cool. So these guys should be busy for a little bit. We are still okay on food. I might just hunt another dromedary just to top it off. I don't know what that rice is doing. I don't know what that rice is doing. But the good thing is we have plenty of fuel, so that's cool. And we do have a good stock of grav panels, which basically the most important thing for a ship is getting these gravlite panels and grav cores. The gravlite panels are used to expand like the foundation of your ship, basically how big your ship is. This is substructure here, and you can see these blue circles. This is where you can build or expand your ship to, and you can expand these blue circles with some other things like a grav field extender. This will increase where you can build floors for your ship, and it also I think should increase the number of floors that you can have. You see this 339 out of 440. We can only have 440 floors on our ship right now, but if we keep building these extenders or other things that expand how many floors you can have, like I think thrusters also add to increases the range and maximum size of grav ship. Okay, so thrusters do play a small part in increasing the size of the ship, and this is through the Gravship Expanded mod. It's not in, that doesn't happen that way in like vanilla Odyssey. So you can keep expanding your ship with the gravlite panels, and then these grav cores, which are either super expensive to buy, like 4,000 silver, or you can do quests to get them. So we've been getting our grav cores through quests, but you'll need both. Once we get this next research for standard grav tech, that's when we can get a whole bunch of new engines, which I want to focus on because that'll increase our range. And then a whole bunch of other stuff, and eventually we'll have to gear out the ship with oxygen stuff, like oxygen valves, oxygen tanks, oxygen harvester, and all that stuff, so we can get this thing ready to go into space. And we'll have to make some helmets for our people so they can breathe in space. I don't know how any of that works with the Gravship Expanded mod, because this is the first time I'm playing that. There's a lot of stuff I don't know, so we're gonna do some trial and error. that's how that's gonna go. But all right, so let's see. Okay, construction on our monument is actually going pretty good. Cool. All right. Other than that, it is middle summer, so we don't have to worry about heat or anything. Inside is 70 degrees. We could have people turn some hops into wort and then make some beer. How is our fuel? We don't have a ton of rice, so we don't have a ton of chem fuel, and we don't have a ton of astro fuel because we don't have a ton of rice. Once we do some harvesting though, once this corn is ready to get harvested, then we'll be able to make a ton of fuel here. But I think our main fuel center will be this colony. I've already kind of planned to expand all these hydroponic areas basically just for fuel, and if we don't need that much fuel, then I'll convert them to hop plants so we can make and sell beer. But we do have, how much power do we have? We have 7,000 extra power. Okay, let's add some more hydroponics here just to finish off this. It does take 100 steel and 1 component for each of these, but now that we have a ton of steel, we're chilling. It has to be in this configuration because this is the sun lamp and this is the range of it, and this is the most optimal way to lay out the hydroponics for a sun lamp. All but 4 tiles are being used, so that's pretty good. All right, let's haul these chunks too and turn them into blocks. And where is our tunneler? Let's have our tunneler just recharge so he's ready to... Sorry, sneezed. Yeah, get our tunneler ready for the next time that we need him. But yeah, this area is cloth backpack worn by Delilah deteriorated into nothing. All right, well, that's an old backpack then. All right, yeah, let's. How much? We have a bunch of limestone blocks, so we could just expand the floors here. We're getting raided. That is excellent. We don't have enough limestone blocks, but once we turn these chunks into blocks, then we will. Alright, this might be on our main map or our Gravship. It looks like it's our Gravship, so that's fine. This might be one of the two raids, and it only looked like one person with a spear. Let me just look around the map and make sure they aren't trickling in from anywhere else. It's just, it looks like it's just that guy. So let's get Vax, Const Mine. What level shooting are they? Almost level 9 and 14. That should be honestly good. Just two of them for this one guy. I forget if it said he's going to prepare for a little while or if he's attacking right away, but either way, we'll be fine. Okay, he's just going to prepare for a little bit. Let's have them get in range. Alright, get up there. Get in there, Lewis. Yep. Alright, we got one hit on him. Bleed out 16 hours, bleed out 8 hours. Come on, another volley. Perfect. Drop some steel. Or, sorry, drop some silver and some pemmican. Alright, that was easy. Back to the normal schedule program. I should maybe put some beds in this area. I don't know what I'm going to do over here. I kind of just carved out the mountain looking for resources and did it in a way that I could expand it into part of a base at some point. But there is so much mountain here. I might honestly put our tunneler to use and carve all the way, at least like one or a couple paths all the way around, just to see if this is solid mountain or if there's any open area. I'm hesitant to do that a little bit because I don't want to open up a new way for people to get into the map. But at the same time, this is all mountained off here. So even if it does open a new way, I can just wall that off and just leave it as an open area. I think this map tile, let me just double check. Why does it say generate? Oh, because we reloaded. It should be, it's a basin with a chem fuel stockpile. Honestly, this is the best map I've ever seen. Basin is a natural depression in a mountain range in which groundwater feeds a small lake. So I would assume that there's no other openings to get in here because it's just a mountain surrounding, but I have no clue. So let's, I know this is kind of zoomed out and a little hard to see, but let's get at least one tile here. I don't want to open this up and have to heat it all, so I'm gonna have our tunneler get back to work, do some tunneling, and I'm gonna put a door there so we don't have to heat any of it. But basically go this entire way down, and you can see where the edge of the map is if you go to build a structure and it has an outline. You can't build to the right of this or on the edge of the map. You can only build within this square. So usually I try to put a little planning tool here. Is that where that was? Yeah. And that tells me where I can go to a little bit. So I want the edge of my base to go right here. And I forget if that means that I can't smooth the stone there, but we'll find out. We'll do the same over here. No orders, plan, and then do that. Go up until there. And if this is all open area, then this is going to be an absolute mega colony. I don't know, it's going to be super inefficient for walking, but I guess we could have multiple entrances to this lake area. Maybe if we have a lot of our planting being done here, and then maybe move a lot of our chem fuel refining and plant-based stuff over in this side of the mountain with a door right here. That could be a good way to minimize steps, because this is going to require a ton of hauling when this gets harvested. And it's almost ready. Some of it's 92% grown. So that's cool. We have 2 Agarhands, and a really good planter. I think that's the only planter in our colony, or in this colony. But yeah, so they got that to do. I think it's downpouring out. Let me, like in real life. Yep. Yesterday I connected my my rain barrel to my gutter, so I can start watering some stuff around the house. And yeah, perfect timing because it's raining today. Pedro. Oh, we didn't even name this guy Pedro. What am I doing? Where is that? Yeah, here it is. Pedro. Perfect. Every raccoon we have to name Pedro. We have a raccoon and a trained dog in this colony. We have another trained dog in this colony. And we had a hare on our ship, but I think it either got hunted or it died to heat stroke. That seems to be a recurring theme on this ship, so we'll try to solve for that, but I am not used to that, so it'll probably be trial and error for a little bit on that part. Alright, there's no trees to really chop here, so once these guys are done mining, they're not going to have too much left to do. But they're only here for another 6 days. Is this limestone or is that... Yeah, that's limestone. Oh man, there's not even any good blocks here. I look for marble. Marble's good because it's the most beautiful block in the game. Can I... Wait a minute. Can I put, like, normal tile floors? Oh, I can. What is the beauty here? Okay, so there's no negative beauty for having these, like, metal floors. There's negative beauty for the dirt on the floors, but... so I could put marble tiles. I could do that. That might be okay. And what is more dense? I think it's more dense to have simple meals stacked to 10. And meat stacks to 75, and I think it costs 10 meat or vegetables to make a simple meal. 2 nutrition, that doesn't really help me because I'm stupid. Let's have Vax. Nope, let's have Gardener. Nope, they're both away. Alright, let's wait for them to come back. Let's have Vax cook. And these bills are 4 times, so I would expect him to bring 40 meat here to make 4 meals. Yeah, okay, so there's 40 meat there for 4 meals, so 10 meat per meal. A stack of meat is 75, so that's 7.5 meals, so having simple meals is a denser way to store food. So, in that case, if this fridge stacks to 12, that means we can have 120 simple meals. We could probably bring this up to 80. From cook until there's 17, cook until there's... let's just do 75. That way we can butcher an animal, get their meat in there, and it fits, and then cook it. And that would be a denser way to store meat, or store food in his fridge. And when that happens, I imagine we can kill a couple more dromedaries, so let's do that. Actually, let's just kill one for now. Is this a vulture? What the heck is that? Yeah, it is. Ha! Is this thing able to do anything? Tame, guard, attack. Okay, well, be a rough day if you're in the rim and get attacked by a trained vulture. Oh man, poor camel. No, please take that. Nope, don't consume it. All right, well, it's a little bit inefficient when they hunt stuff because I don't have a zone for animals to go into. I could change that. I will change that at some point, but yeah, I should change that now that we're actually hunting decent amount more. Let's put dead animals that we hunt right here. Put it as critical. We don't want rotten animals. We want not humans. I would like animal corpses. Perfect. Alright, so at least we'll bring some animal corpses there. Is our water topped off yet? Oh, our water basically is nice. That's why I like having these water wells wherever we go. It only costs 50 steel, so that's not bad. We're already at 13,000 steel. I think we started off before we got to this map at like 3,000 maybe. So they've done some mining. And once they get really bored, they can start turning these marble chunks into marble blocks. I like picking up marble chunks wherever we go, just to have. So we should get raided at some point again by the Gravship. Either 1 or 2 more times. I think there's a little less than 6 days. So, alright, how much? We have 188 wake up now. Let's, yeah, Crafter's making some wake up. Let's force you to do that until you get pissed off. And let's see what our tunneler is up to. Let's put a wooden door here and start hauling some of these chunks. Alright, our tunneler is making progress. And you can see this is like dark green here. If it's this lighter green, that means drop pods can still go through that into your base. If it's this dark green, then nothing can get through, not even like artillery shells or anything. So if you're in the late game and you're getting sieged, they set up like mortars and stuff on your map, start shooting in, or if they drop a pod in large volumes, then this still is a weakness. I think there's a spot up here too, yeah, right here. So this is a weakness, but honestly, it's very unlikely. If this was a much larger, like if this whole half of the base was this thin roof area, then I would be a lot more concerned, but since it's only little patches, that should be fine. But if you see those patches of thin roof as you're mining, then it might mean that you're about to mine into like an open area. So if you don't want to open an area, try to stay away from those thin roof areas. But this dark green is underground mountain areas. You just get that by clicking this little house in the bottom right. Alright, we got a mad turkey. This is on this base. Honestly, these turrets should take care of it and might walk into these wooden spike traps. These turrets aren't really great, but they're good to strike. These turrets suck. Holy crap. Alright, it ended up being being a wooden spike trap that killed the turkey. But yeah, not bad. We still have some work to do on this monument. And I don't know how many days we have to defend it for, but yeah. Our colony wealth is up here. 231 for our main colony. Our secondary colony is getting up there. It's growing pretty quick, and it's not even that many people there. So, do we make the arms and stuff? Oh, we already made the bionic arms. So that means Crafter already has bionic arms. We want Hakuja to get some arms. Let's install left arm, install right arm, and that way she will craft faster. She does a ton of crafting. And she is incapable of doing dumb labor, so even when there's nothing to craft, she won't be able to like haul or clean or anything. So she is basically just crafting. Cargo pods landed. Berries, we don't care about berries. How are our mechs doing? Do they need to get recharged? Do we need another one of these rechargers? We might need another one of these rechargers. I don't know if I should bring power over here and like put some lights. I don't know. Let me know if you have any ideas for what I can turn this into. It is close to the stockpile. I don't think we're going to use this stockpile other than throwing toxic waste packs down here. Another benefit to having a stockpile on map is just putting all your wealth down there, because I don't think anything in the stockpile counts towards your map wealth, and raid size is the main factor in what determines your size raids that you get raided by is wealth. So like a good strategy would be to put a lot of your wealth down here and kind of hide your wealth down there a little bit, but Wander, a Glitter World officer named Bria has arrived and wants to join the colony. All right, well, where does she want to join? Her best skill is melee level 10. This might be a spy. Sometimes people join, and like a week later, it like you find out that they're a spy, and then have to like kill them and whatever. Or they could kill one of your people or start fires on your fuel or whatever. So, a free person. I'm always down for a free person. They're at our main base. Let's see if there's anything wrong with them. Health conditions good. They're age 28, so they're chilling. Bio, they aren't a pyro, so that's good. They're kind. Incapable of dumb labor, which stinks a little bit. Artistic though, we could use a full-time artist. Artist, not odd. Yeah, whatever. I think I do have an art bench somewhere that hasn't been used in a while. Large sculpture, any worker. Let's have Bria be our main artist. And if we have any jade, let's make it out of jade. If not, then limestone. What? No, make it out of marble. Jeez, what was I thinking? Alright, let me go into this. She is really only good at art, it seems like. Art and animals, maybe. Yeah, she'll be a full-time artist. Do that. You don't need to fish. If you really want to grow, sure. If you have nothing better to do. You will not be hunting. You can handle, but there isn't too much to handle. Basic level 1. Sure, you can be responsible for child care a little bit. Yeah. That should be good. She's already doing art. She has marine armor. Honestly, I don't want her to have marine armor because if she is a spy, then that would not be good. So let's manage apparel policies. Worker, make sure there's no armor. There is no armor. I wonder if flak vests. Okay, flak vests are counted as armor. So she should, if I draft her, she should take off the marine armor. Oh, she also takes off the shield belt, which I guess is okay for now. I can change that, but... Alright, so now she's not wearing any armor. Just in case. You can never be too sure. She is wearing Devil Strand pants, which is okay. It's just better for defense a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Alright, this is probably on our grav ship. Yes, it is. Alright, this is a sizable raid that we were looking for. Let's just double check, make sure, always check and make sure that they're not coming from multiple directions. They aren't. Did it say that they're preparing for a little bit? Yeah. So let's get our boys and gals together. Draft them. And we have one melee guy, and the rest with guns. The rest with guns are decent. These guys only have bows, so I'm not concerned at all. It's just they have okay numbers, so if we can't kill them right away, we might be... Yeah, we might... there's a chance that we get overrun a little bit, but I'll put our melee person out front, and that will give time for... Alright, monument completed, cool. That'll give time for our ranged people to retreat if they need to, but it doesn't seem like all of them noticed that we're shooting at them. So this should be an easy fight. And you do have to watch out for these guys, because this is the Impid tribe, and they can breathe fire on you. It's my number one way of losing health in Arc Raiders is those fireball guys. We could see what this guy is. Undergrounder, medical. No, we're kind of looking for minor construction, maybe crafting. But all right, that was an easy dub. We got 4.4 more days for our people to stay here and defend the scanner. And then I forget what we'll get from that quest. Where is it? Where is it? Well, I guess we'll find out. available? No, it should be active. Defend the scanner. Oh, we got a gunner sub-persona core. So that's for our ship eventually. Alright, we completed the monument. So let's check it out. Nice. Now we have to defend it for a while, but we did get our 825 plasteel and a plasma sword. So if we can trust Bria, she will be getting our plasma sword. Right now we have Marta with a plasma sword, and they are pretty good. They can like catch people on fire. Speaking about fire, alright, that's fine. Whatever. People will take care of that. Animal drop pod and alpaca. We might as well just hunt that and get its meat. Cool. We're starting to harvest some corn. It is towards the end of summer, so I don't know if I should plant more corn. But if our crops made it through last winter and the winter before, without dying to the cold, then we might be fine leaving them here. Alright, we have solar flare, so none of our power is going to work anywhere. And what is our construction person up to? Oh, probably building all these floors. Like, I want them to build that door right there. Oh, our tunnelers made progress. Jeez. Alright, well, it's good that there's no open areas. I mean, doesn't mean that we won't find any soon, but... Alright. So there is a dry thunderstorm. It'll probably rain after this and put out the fires, but those fires might distract our people for a little bit. I don't think these walls can catch on fire, so that's not a concern. I don't really care about the trees too much over here. Could use some extra wood, I guess. Okay, now it's starting to rain, so the fires will go out. Usually, even if you like shoot a boomalope and it catches the area on fire, usually it like rains afterwards. It's usually pretty consistent. 150 wake up right there. Stacks to that. That's crazy. Alright, so Crafter. No, yeah, Hakuja has her bionic arms, which is good. Now let's do the same for Shoot. I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but I'm sure they won't get offended. No medical beds available. That's okay, they can just go to their own bed. Alright, Shu is waiting. I think Hakusha is our best medical person. They are still woozy from anesthesia. So honestly, who else is good at medical? Who gave Hakusha her arms? Oh, Crafter's doing it? Level 6 medical? Alright, we're gonna save this in case in case Shu dies from poor surgery. Level 6 medical is not the best to use for surgery. If it's just healing somebody, that's fine. But alright, one down. One more arm to go. So far so good. Crafter's getting some good good medical experience. Level 6.6. We'll see what it is after they put on this arm. Probably like 6.75. 6.73. Alright, so that was successful. Cool. And once Shu wakes up from anesthetic, then they will have manipulation at 125%. It's going to be a highly efficient colony here. Chef is refining some of that corn that we got into chem fuel, which is good. We have 1,000 astro fuel and almost 666 chem fuel. Usually our Gravship uses like 200 to 300 astro fuel per jump. That's like our max. You can see our max range here. It's like this hexagon or whatever here. So that's our max range, and max range uses 300 fuel. Usually try to stay close to our max range unless we're trying to do something specific, just because that gives us the most research. Yeah, that just gives us the most research. We're already filling up on storage here, so we might have to head back to the main colony after this run, after this protecting scanner. But they literally don't have much to do now. That is the problem. Alright, we have a bunch of simple meals. We could probably hunt another couple dromedaries. That'll give them something to do. Shoot, we struck compacted steel. Nice. Mad dromedaries. Alright. We're gonna hunt them anyways. So there's one. There's 3 mad dromedaries. They're all over here. So we probably will need everybody for this. Let's put them out in the open. And have our melee person out front. Gardner? Is Gardner pregnant? Alright, no, food poisoning. Like, she's walking pretty slow. Is that because whoever's making our meals is god-awful at it? I think Vax is good at cooking. Yeah, level 11 cooking. I think Gardner also cooks, and she's level 4, so that should do it. Alright, cool. We wanted to hunt these guys anyways, and they let us do it for free. Melee attack dromedary to death. Yes, please. Nice. Stinks that there was a dead human body here, because that means everybody got a little debuff from seeing the dead body. Yeah, observe rotting corpse -6 for 12 hours. Alright, psychic soothe, party frenzy. Yeah. That might be too much meat, but whatever. How much meat does a camel give? Am I blind? Almost 200. So 20 meals. 20 meals per camel. Yeah, we. That's gonna fill up our freezer. That's good though. 2,600 plasteel. That's more than all the plasteel I used this playthrough so far. What is this? Oh, mech cluster. Recently rescued 4 guild members from mechanoid hives holding pen. They want you to guard them at the survey site for 24 days. Oh god, this is not an easily defendable area. A mech cluster of 2 times size will deploy nearby. That is a long time. 24. If this was one of my colonies, yeah, sure. I don't even want my Gravship to be stuck doing nothing for 24 days. Oh, oh, Crafter's gonna try catching our chem fuel on fire again. This is the perks of having a pyro. And they just do it randomly. Let's see how well this... Jesus. There goes all our chem fuel. Alright, I guess Crafter isn't catching anything else on fire right now. Holy crap. Good thing that wasn't more. Okay, I need to make sure to maybe put our astro fuel. Alright, can somebody help Crafter? Jesus. Extinguish fire on Crafter, please. I am curious how much water that uses. The sprinkler. Okay, it doesn't use that much actually. Alright, how about rescuing Crafter too? That would be nice. Well, I guess that's a quick way to put Crafter out of his pyro's fire starting spree, is just have enough chem fuel stored here where once he lights it on fire, it downs him. Just gotta make sure it doesn't kill him. Gotta make sure that he doesn't light the astro fuel on fire either. Alright, it's good that you rescued Crafter, but how about why don't we tend to him too? I'll just have to remember that he has to pick up his gun. I'm gonna put another sprinkler in here because this one almost got destroyed. There's explosions where there were so many explosions that the fire sprinkler almost broke, which would not have been good. Alright, let's see what our tunneler is doing. He's almost at the corner. Still everything is overhead mountain. That's good. Contaminated tower water. What? What? Does this mean all this water? No, it's just the tower water. How? Did it just randomly posing serious health or solve the cause of the pollution? I don't know what the cause of the pollution is. A well has become polluted. Sewage contamination. Ah. Okay, I mean that's fair. That's fair. Since we aren't going to be here for too much longer, I might just destroy that well and drain that tank. And I assume somebody has to like go to this tank and actually drain it. Yeah. Alright. So that just lowered our water capacity by 8,000. We still have 6,000 from these smaller water tanks. Oh no, these got... Alright, I gotta drain that one. Alright, now we're down to 4,000 water. Hopefully these ones aren't contaminated as well. If so, then we will have to make another well. I might be able to sewage dump port. I might be able to just use that instead of this sewage steel outlet. But we'll see. Missing well, 2 colonicidal, yeah. Alright, let's see how our crop harvest is doing. Yeah, our lifters will be busy for a little bit. All our mechs are busy, nice. What is our clean sweep doing? Standing? Is this thing bugged? I think this thing's bugged. Can I don't know what to do there. Can I have it go over there? Oh, this thing's like, I've never seen it like this. Alright, now it's back to cleaning. That's weird. I have never seen a clean sweep do that, but... Alright. So yeah, I just noticed all this dirt piling up. I'm like, huh, what is going on with the clean sweep? But yeah, so Crafter is back standing. I hate pyros. Pyros are god awful, and it is not great when your pyro is in the crafting room for chem fuel and astro fuel for the majority of their time. Because this is going to be the first thing that they light on fire. But you're just joining the stream, welcome. We're just doing some, just playing RimWorld. Nothing. This can no longer work on make large. What? Oh, yep. All right. So Bria, who we've accepted into our colony, turned out to be an enemy agent from another place. We can capture her for recruitment or slavery purposes. So I'm glad that we didn't leave her with the mech armor. We have our kid here, which honestly isn't suitable to fight. We have Callie, so we can start shooting with her. And we have a soldier here. We can start shooting with him. I have another soldier here. Bring him. And Marta is down here with her sword. We'll have her melee. Alright, so she moved. Let's have Callie step out here. Our kid is pretending like they're doing something. Alright, Bria is taken care of. Well, that stinks. I guess I feel like that happened to somebody else that we had for art. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Hopefully she made a couple sculptures. But I am glad that we didn't give her a shield belt and marine armor, because that would have first kind of damaged those two things, but also would have been a little bit more difficult to kill her. Definitely not an actual problem, but it could turn into an actual problem if she was like one-on-oneing somebody. Alright, we have a ton of corn now. We might have to expand this. We don't have... Okay, we have an okay amount of wood. feeling this would happen, but yeah, we'll just build some more shelves. Nothing more shelves can't fix. Yeah, our lifter's working overtime right now. Agrahans are too. They got a lot of planting to do. What is Hakusha doing? Let's you're important right now. You need to do some planting, so take some wake up. And she prefers to eat just raw meat. Interesting. Alright, yeah. Planting here. We got plenty of planting to do. We honestly have 8,000 corn. Jeez. We're gonna make a ton of chem fuel. I don't know if I should have this much chem fuel. Maybe not right here. I should have like a small shelf of chem fuel here, and then a larger one somewhere else where maybe crafter can't access it as quickly or as easily. It's tough having a crafter in a playthrough, or a pyro in a playthrough where you need to make a lot of chem fuel and stuff to power your ship. Yeah, not ideal, but it is what it is. Okay, so our other water didn't get contaminated. So we will have to go back to another colony right away, just to top off on water. Might as well top off on food as well. Yeah, that'll be good. We'll go to our main colony. There's 900 astrofuel here, so that's actually pretty good. Oh, we have a ton of hops. Can somebody please start crafting that into something? Who are our crafting people on this area? Or actually, it's cooking. So let's force our soldier guy to do that. Take some wake up, and then brew. Because we have, what, 3,300 hops? So at least turn that to wort, so then we can slowly fill up our fermenting barrels, and then make some beer. I don't have a ton of fermenting barrels, but we haven't been having a ton of hops lately, but this growing season I did turn this area into hop growing. So we do have more hops than we normally have, and yeah, as is seen by this. But yeah, at least get some hops made. Alright, the freezer is 8 degrees. How is our food situation here? It should be fine. Yeah, it is. Okay. Just want to make sure. And I want to make sure there's enough space for our ship to land. I might have to move this a little bit, but I thought I had another turret down. Okay, it's, yeah, right there. I'll put that there. I should have another turret over here. I do. Wow. Look at me go. Just in case they break through. Which reminds me, I should start building some vault walls here. And honestly, this little section should eat our 1,200 steel. It's 50 steel times 50 steel per wall, 20 walls. So yeah, it won't eat the full 1,200, but we should be harvesting this corn soon, which means we should be making a lot more chem fuel very soon. And this rice is just basically purely getting turned into chem fuel. Like, yes, it's feeding a little bit, but I want to say this nutrient paste grinder, I forget how efficient nutrient paste is, because I think it's less than 10 like vegetables or meat per meal. I think it is a little bit better to use than, or it is like the most efficient meal to make, but it does piss people off when they have it. Alright, how many days are left? 1.7 days left on protecting this. These guys are kind of bored. I don't think there's much else for them to do. If they're gonna go back to main base, they could probably probably just get some sandstone blocks. Might as well add to that. You can always use more sandstone for pathways outside and stuff. Because these pathways do help speed, walk speed. You can see in the bottom left it says walk speed 100%, where in the sand it is 76%. Alright, we're getting raided. This might be... Oh, this is a drop pod raid. And it's on our ship, which is probably the best place for it. But let's recruit everybody. I don't know what this raid will look like. Alright, they're down here. Ooh, they're close. Alright. Once those pods open, I'm going to pause it. See how many there are. Seems like there's 4, 5, 6. What is this? Oh, and a wild boar. Are there multiple wild boars? That doesn't say. Alright, so we'll take care of these guys first. I know last time we got drop pod raided on our ship, they ran away with one of our thrusters and they tried getting away with one of our cargo containers, and they destroyed a solar panel. So we will try to avoid that from happening again, but these guys should take care of them pretty easily. Seems like this guy has a sniper or something. Bolt action rifle. Alright. I just want to make sure these guys don't come too close. I guess to deal with that, I might, since we have to protect the scanner, I might have one guy retreat and then move these guys up. We do have shield packs, so we should be pretty okay when it comes to taking fire from far away. Oh, alright. Fax, stay there. Kill that boar, please. Doing some melee. Down that guy. That boar's dead. There's another dude coming here. So let's have Vax go there. Now we need to take care of that sniper guy, but there's also that guy there. So I might just have our... Okay, they're actually shooting at him. One of them is. See how Vax is doing. Vax is fine. Alright, yeah. That guy's trying to walk away. The sniper guy will be able to tell the story. Go back to his people. This guy is crawling away, but let's see if he's good. Fast learner, psychopath. That's good. Incapable of dumb labor. Another artistic person. Great. Gunshot. Yeah. I could try to recruit this person. They don't have anything crazy good other than fast learner is very good. But they don't have any super good passions. If they had construction or mining, I would or even crafting, I would probably think differently. But yeah, we'll let him bleed out. We could also try to just imprison him and heal him up and return him to his faction to get some goodwill, but whatever. I'm surprised we didn't fill up the freezer from those couple of dromedaries. Oh, now we're getting a caravan. What is it, combat supplier? We don't really care too much about combat supplier. Are they fighting that guy who's retreating? Ha! Oh no, I think that was the guy who's crawling. Yeah, you can see the crawl. the blood splatter or whatever is actually kind of funny. Skeet, what's going on? How's your day going? It's nice and rainy where I am. You're Arizona, right? It's probably 0 rain there. But yeah, we're doing some RimWorld again. I've been playing a lot of RimWorld lately, so I've been having the itch. Let's see what this combat supplier has. Like I thought, not really that much. So whatever. All right, going back to our soon-to-be main colony. This is almost 230 wealth, and our actual first colony is 243 wealth. So our second colony is catching up. We have a ton of corn, so we're going to be making a ton of chem fuel. I would like to store all the astro fuel on this ship. That might be dangerous, storing a huge amount of it. So I'll have to think of some place that's pretty safe to keep the astro fuel for our ship. Because we have a pyro in this colony, and they like to light stuff on fire. So it's probably not the most safe. I might reinstall this pallet of chem fuel somewhere else. Yeah, I might put it in over here eventually. Just carve this out a tiny bit more. Let's see how our tunneler's doing. Made it around the corner. Yep. Oh, it's chilling. Found some components. Nice. And it's still all under the mountain, so that's good. But this thing's been chugging along. This is the best map tile I've ever seen. It has one entrance here and one entrance here for raiders to come through. So I just plopped down this indestructible wall, and basically raids aren't a threat here unless they drop pod in. In that case, they can drop pod anywhere in here, but we're still under a mountain for the most part, so they can't drop pod into the mountain unless it's this little spot here or this little spot here. But yeah, this place is so good because it has a bunch of geothermal vents here, and this is the best way to get power, really. There's 1, 2, 3, another vent here that I haven't tapped into, and another vent here I haven't tapped into. So that's cool. It has mountains all the way in here, which is great. I love mountain bases, and there's plenty of mountains so far. I was worried that we'd dig into an area and it would reveal an open area, because sometimes that happens. So we'll see if there's still a chance of that or not. And it has a stockpile zone, which is new from Odyssey, which counts as like a separate map. So nothing in the stockpile zone counts towards your colony's wealth, and your wealth is the main factor in determining how big the raids are that you get raided by. So we could store wealth down in this stockpile, but instead we're storing all of our toxic waste packs that's produced from having our robots. So yeah, that's where we stand a little bit. Main colony is chugging along. We got through some of our hops. We gotta turn more of it into beer. Is this guy who's good at crafting? Yeah. What's he doing? Refining chem fuel? No. How about you prioritize? Ooh, lagged a little right there. Alright. It's windy, so the sky is brown. Nice. Are you having a dust storm, or is it just windy? I remember seeing one dust storm when I lived in Phoenix, and we went to like the top of a parking garage, and oh, it's windy here too. What is it? Sandstorm? This is the first ever sandstorm I've ever seen in game. That's actually perfect timing. That's funny. Reduces accuracy of ranged weapons, slow people down, and gets sand everywhere. So it probably just means lots of cleaning to do. That's funny. Yeah, I went to the top of a parking garage, and you could see for like miles in Phoenix because it was like a 5-6 story building, and it wasn't like super downtown, so you could see for miles, and you could see like lightning there. Lightning's crazy in Arizona. It's like every 3 seconds you see lightning for the most part in most storms, and you don't really hear it because it's so high up. And the lightning was illuminating, like it was lightning behind the dust storm, so you could like see this dust storm illuminated from behind, and you could see it was like super tall and super wide and coming in like every couple minutes, like, oh well, I can't see that like airport tower in the like miles away anymore, and it's like, oh, can't see that tower, all right, maybe we should go in. So yeah, sandstorms there are fun. But yeah, sandstorm in Arizona, sandstorm in RimWorld. What a small world. We did lose a lot of our water. It got contaminated because apparently if you have a water well near a sewage outlet, it contaminates your stored water. So that's fun. What is this? Crypto sleep mercenaries. While reading, gain location. Alright, we will probably not do that. Or if we do, it'll be at a random time. Kate Elf, what's going on? How are you feeling this morning? I know that you had a couple rejuvenators last night. Vodka Red Bulls. Shaking during arc raiders at times. It's not because of the alcohol or the Red Bull. It's definitely because you survived a 1-on-3. Those people ratted us at the end. I had to hop off after that. Like literally a minute left in the game, and they were camping the only extract on the map, other than I think hatches. Like what would they gain from looking at us, or like what would they gain from killing us? They wouldn't have time to loot us, so it wouldn't matter. All right, Mad Ostrich. Okay, this is by our area here. Strap these people. This guy has a sword, so put them in front. Alright, we killed the ostrich, nice. And we can butcher it and turn it into some meals. They're called haboobs, and I've flown through one. Damn, that's gotta destroy the engines. I mean, not destroy, but it can't be great. I know, I'm in the ball bearing industry for airplanes, and I know any contaminant like sand, excess sand, is not the best. It was because you won the 1v3. Yeah. Not the Red Bull. You eventually. Yeah, I lost 4 Anvil 4s and like 3 Stitcher 3 or 4s. You should have let them crawl into the extract and then kill them. Yeah, because then you have like a minute. Yeah, you honestly should have done that. That would have been good. But you just wanted them dead. Days shoot because hideous environment. Really? Where are you? Oh yeah, that will do it. This place is awful. We need our cleaner out here. And it's probably not because we don't have a home zone over here. So let's set this as a home zone so that our cleaner eventually gets down here. I didn't intend to like claim all this area, all this mountain, but honestly, like we might use it. We might turn this into a mega colony. But this tunneler's just putting in work. It's gonna have to recharge soon. But during stream, he's dug all this, which is actually kind of nice. Quest complete. What do we? Oh, defend scanner. Nice. What do we get for that again? Was it the ship part? Yeah. Gunner core. Cool. So now we can get out of here. We are fine on food. We're fine on fuel. Our water is a little messed up, so we're trying to make this grav ship so it doesn't have to constantly come back to our main colonies and either top off on food, top off on water, or top off on fuel. I don't think there's going to be any way to really get around the fuel, but we might be able to store it in larger quantities on the ship. So that is how that's going. Person, sticking around for some room. It's always nice finding people who are interested in watching RimWorld. But let's get this grav ship underway. I don't think it's going to be able to make it to our main colony in one go. This is our range of our ship. Once we get the next research, we'll be able to put on larger thrusters, which hopefully should increase the range. Let's see by how much. There's GravTech, standard GravTech, and then large thruster. Grav ship range offset. How much further is building lets grav ship travel on the world map? So I think it's honestly the same range as the small ones. I'm using the Gravship Expanded mod, so all this is kind of tweaked, and I have no clue. I imagine it's also advanced. It greatly increases the range and maximum size, so it also contributes to how big you can make the ship. But we'll need Vaxstone, which means we'll have to go into space. So we'll have to retrofit our ship with like oxygen tanks and all that fun stuff before we can go into space. We might be able to get away without it, but let's go to this place. It's a basin, natural depression, and mountain range. So this is like the best map tile, I think. So let's check it out. All right. Yep. Everything's good. Cool. Yes, I want to launch. slept in for the first time in months and you're so overtired. Driving sucks right now. Yeah, yesterday, the past 2 nights I've stayed up pretty late. And I didn't want to because I need to realign my sleep schedule a bit. Stayed up super late, and yesterday I slept in, or Friday night into Saturday, I slept in. I set an alarm for 10:30. I woke up at 10:30. And oh, see, this is another. Okay, basins are the best map. Holy crap! And it's like all the geothermal vents are in one area because that's the only spot that they can spawn. This is sick. Oh, there's lots of trees here. There isn't much else. Is there? Okay, let's look for natural resources real quick. There's some steel down there. A lot of the resources we probably won't be able to see right away, but we're only going to be here for a couple days, so whatever. Confirm landing zone. Yeah, set my alarm for. Jesus, it's loud. Set my alarm for 10:30. Woke up at 10:30, and then I like somehow fell back asleep, and woke up at like 1. And I was like, God damn it! There goes the whole day. But yeah. But if you're just tuning in and you haven't followed and you want to keep checking in on progress of this RimWorld playthrough and even Zomboid, playing Project Zomboid with CDuffo, then yeah, consider following or doing whatever you gotta do. We're also on YouTube. I haven't made any shorts for YouTube in a little bit, especially for RimWorld. I'm thinking of doing like every stream I play, like if it's day 265 and during that stream I get day 270, doing a quick like 40-second video of the main things that happened. I don't know how much of a time sink that will be. I'd have to do like markers throughout the stream, and I didn't do that this time, so it's probably not happening. I'd have to do markers to pick up on what to add in that quick summary video, but that would be a cool way to like summarize what's going on in the playthrough if people don't have hours and hours to watch. But yeah, there are a couple people on YouTube. Welcome. Jeg, Violet, what's up? How are we doing on this fine Sunday? You guys play any RimWorld, or are you just tuning in? All right, so while we're here for, how long does it take for our engine to cool down? 2.2 days. Okay. I thought I saw some jade up here. Let's mine that. It's always good to sell jade or just turn it into sculptures. Jade's pretty good looking. There's some more steel out here. Can never have too much steel. I'm probably gonna regret saying that because one of my colonies has 25,000 steel. There's some uranium. Nice. Alright, I think that's all the visible ores, so we will let our squad here do what they do best and take care of that. Yes, so we did have a prisoner here, and these heat sinks, whenever you travel, your ship in Gravship or Grav Expanded mod, your ship produces heat whenever it travels, so these heat sinks capture that heat, but it releases heat for like a day. And this room is 280 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is where we kept our prisoner, and they died of heat stroke, so this is not a prisoner friendly spot when we are moving. Person says, do you know where the roundabouts of a gas station in do you know where the roundabouts of a gas station in Rosewood? Yeah, Rosewood, there's a gas station on the very north before you get on the highway. That's where we based up a little bit on in our recent playthrough with CDuffo. That's Rosewood, right? I want to say that's Rosewood. Yeah, you have the fire station at the south, and the police station's a tiny bit west of that. You have the main stretch of town, and there's some nice houses in like the central west area that have some fences. Could be worth checking out, and sometimes they have garages, or I think they have some garages there too, so you might be able to find some good tools and stuff. But yeah, gas station on the north side of Rosewood, and honestly that's a good place to camp or base up, because the gas station building has an upstairs and a downstairs. and free gas. Trying to get fuel for a car you found. So you need a gas jug, or even a water bottle works, and I think you need a hose. I forget if it's called a hose, but it's, you don't need a funnel. Sorry, I gotta sneeze again. God. Yeah, and then if you can't right click on the car with those two things in your inventory, make sure they're not in a bag. Then press V when you're right next to a car, and it should say like siphon gas, or if you're near the gas station, it should say fill. And if it doesn't say fill when you press V next to your car, either get closer to the gas pump, or drive the car so the gas pump is on the other side, because it depends where the gas tank is. But yeah, that's Zomboid. Zomboid at Rosewood, filling up the car. You're just joining stream. Well, welcome. We are getting our grav ship back to our main colony to top off on water, because apparently if you put a well right next to your sewage outlet, it contaminates the water. So yeah, we're just gonna top off on water and then be on our way. Probably, I don't know where we're gonna go after. I'd like to wait until we get the large thrusters to check out these two quest areas over here. So we'll see where we go. But yeah, if you're new to RimWorld, try if you have the Odyssey DLC. I don't know if you need the Odyssey DLC. It might be vanilla RimWorld now, but look for the basin map tile if you like mountain bases with only a couple entrances, because this is where this colony is, and it's super easily defendable. And then our grav ship landed in another basin, and the entrances are in the same spot too. This one has water too, which is nice. Slows people down on their way in. And all the geothermal geysers are in one small concentrated area. So this is ideal. I'm gonna have a main base at a basin in so many more playthroughs now. And there's a lake too if you're into fishing. I don't fish because I think it takes forever. But is that a moose? Holy crap! I've never seen a moose in this game before. Is it? It's gonna be hostile if we attack it. Yeah, 20% isn't that bad. Some elk. Do we have to top off on food? I mean, all these simple meals are gonna go in the colony once we leave, so that's fine. All right, what do we need to do in preparation for the grav ship to get here? It's gonna land here. I think this should still be enough space. Did I move this? Oh, I created a new turret instead of moving the existing one. Let's just move this somewhere. I don't know. You can never have too many turrets. I honestly have a good spread of turrets. That's probably a bad spot because there's buildings right there. But in real life, word ban from Meximan. I can't say a grav ship anymore. All right, thank you, Meximan. I assume I'll not say grav or ship, because I could easily just say ship. But major break risk. What are you pissed off about? Soiled yourself? Why did you? What? I guess we only have bathrooms over here. We should build some bathrooms over here. I mean, they should still walk there. I don't know where he's constructing stuff, but all right, I gotta remember that. I don't honestly in this game. I don't know what I would do if I say the word that you banned. I guess I could just ship resources to another place, but all right, we are getting attacked by some people and they're attacking immediately. That is a good group of people, and if they destroy this wall and get in and hit this monument, then I think we get 6 insect hives sent to us, because we're supposed to defend this monument for, I forget how many days. Active Grand Blueprint, 11 more days we have to defend it, so it can't get damaged at all. And these guys are attacking immediately, and they only have melee weapons. Let me just make sure they're only attacking from that area, which I assume they are, because that's a good group of them. Alright, so they're gonna make their way up here and attack these. They're probably gonna honestly wipe these out unless I can get a squad of people there. So let's just recruit everybody, because it's a good amount of them. since they're gonna come up this way, I'm just gonna have my people chill over here. We have one melee person, so we will send them into the thick of it. And they doesn't seem like they're attacking any of the walls, so that's good. Wow. For once, these turrets actually like immediately kill somebody. These guys might be high on go juice. No, sometimes they, yeah, go juice. No, doesn't say they've. Sometimes they pop go juice, and go juice increases, is a performance enhancing drug developed for space marines, whatever. Instantly increases. Okay, no. Well, it's horribly addictive, but that's okay. Alright, these guys are... Oh, there's also an impet in there who spits fire. This thing's certainly going to explode. It's honestly holding up pretty well. 45% left. And that's going to explode and hopefully damage them. But they're already running away. And now it's just going to explode and do nothing. But honestly, that did its job. I would pay 70 steel, 3 components, and 30 uranium every day of the week to act as a distraction. I think only one's getting away and he's bleeding out in 9 hours, so he'll get off the map. But this one had beer, nice. All right, that wasn't as bad as I thought. There's a little bit of a fire, but it's okay. And if you're setting up defenses in RimWorld, if you have an area where your shooters or people are going to be, or even turrets, it's good to go into zone and click on build roof area and build a roof over it, because this is, if you see in the bottom left, it might be hard to see, but it says dark 0% here, and if you go elsewhere it says like 42%, 41% as the sun goes down. If your people or turrets are in a dark area and people are shooting, enemies are shooting into it, they're a lot less likely to be accurate because it's in the darkness. So that's just one thing to keep in mind, and the opposite is true as well. If there's an area like out here where enemies are usually at, where you're encountering them and fighting them, then you should put some lights out there, because if you're fighting at night, you'll be more likely to hit them, kind of thing. So that's a little tip there. Mechanoid pair needed. Ah, come on. My mech dude is in a different colony. I could send him over real quick. I could send him over. It's only a constructoid though. Alright, so our person transporter has 1 day left. Alright, that's a decent amount of time actually. They mined out the uranium. We got 524 uranium. Nice. I'll basically just sell that. That moose. We should get a pet moose. I wonder how hard, what level animals do you need to train it? Trainability, none. Okay, so it can't do anything. Minimum handling skill 8, that's not bad. But I think you can only just tame it, and then it's not useful. It's just existing. So that's fun. Alright, how are we on water? We still have enough water, so we're good until we get to the main base. How much plasteel is left in this area? Okay, still a decent amount. Alright, Delilah. I don't know if that's how you spell Delilah, but our mining is level 12. Oops. We might want to put some bionic arms in her, and also bionic spine, because she has a bad back, and also a leg. She's going to be expensive to refurbish. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see with her. I don't know if I want to invest that in her. She's 75. She could get like the flu and die tomorrow. At least in this game, that's how that works. But alright, so we're harvesting some hops. We still probably have a ton of hops. Yeah, these are all our hops. How much wart do we have? We have 40 wart. That's not a lot. Alright, let's have our crafter dude take some wake up, which is high test Adderall. That will get his sleep back up to full, or I guess, yeah, 100%. He doesn't need to sleep, and also boosts recreation. And we'll force him to make some more hops, make some more beer, and then we'll sell the beer. If you have nothing, if you have plenty of chem fuel and you don't need to grow rice for chem fuel, then turning it over to hops to make beer is just a really good way to make money. Alright, so our boy Shu was pretty pissed off before. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, raid, but it's here. We have an impenetrable wall right here. So they're just gonna attack, break some of these old walls that I had, and then get tired and leave. So that's fine. I should actually send more toxic waste packs down there, so they rot down there in our stockpile and not in our base. Yeah, we're just polluting the underground here. That's fine. Alright, these guys are good. We have a ton of steel here still. I don't know if I should just have my crafter make normal components. We're out of plasteel at this colony. Yeah. Yeah, we're out of plasteel. There was a quest for like 2,800 plasteel, but it would tie down our human transporter. I almost said it, Jesus. It would tie down our human transporter machine for 24 days, and we'd have to fight a bunch of robots, and I don't think these 4 people can take out all those robots, and it's not easily defendable either. We don't have like walls or anything. So what I wanted to do is make more of these hunter traps. They're pretty cheap. They're 40 steel and 40 chem fuel, which we should have a decent amount of chem fuel at some point. But these things are proximity based, and once they're activated, once they see somebody, they just go after them and explode. They're like pops and arc raiders. So they're honestly pretty cheap. The most expensive thing is chem fuel, but we should be making a ton of chem fuel. So, oops, nope, I do not want that there. Okay, let me, since our human transporter will be landing right here, I'm gonna clear out all these trees just because we can never have too much wood. It's always a good thing to have a lot of wood. We honestly don't need any. Oh! Okay, well, they are starting to dig around. That could have been bad. That could have been bad. Once they leave, we will build that out. And honestly, we don't need spike traps anymore. We'll keep these, but we won't rearm. And I don't think our construction people can build those until these guys are out. Then they're gonna have to go through the door and build it. But these walls are pretty expensive, but I'd say they're worth it. If they can just keep out all attacks on this map. You can see all the animals like coming through these areas too. They're just, you can throw a grenade to hunt. They just get like 5 deer from 1 grenade, maybe a couple grenades, but like honestly, not bad. Alright, our tunneler is charging up. Let's see how much progress our tunneler made. All the way over here, and still no exposed area, so that's actually pretty good. And it looks like our clean sweep came through here and swept all this. Nice. Thing's a legend. Alright, are these guys gonna give up soon? They're just, what a sad existence, trying to knock down a wall and I can't do anything, and then I just leave. Get hurt by a spike trap. Bleeding out in 9 hours. It's a rough day in the office. Alright, now that they are gone, we can allow this door to be open. I gotta remember that I allowed that. Our human transporter is now able to be moved. Thank you, Mexi Man, for making me not say certain things. It's always a good one. Did we gather all the resources that we want? I guess in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter because we have to. There's some steel down there. We got the jade, cool. We got the uranium. We have 304 plasteel, so this was a good run. 19,000 steel, 1,000 gold is actually really good. That's probably more gold than we'll need, but all right, let's launch. Go to our main base. Yep. Ooh, our average maintenance on our human transporter is not great, but whatever. I'm not going to spend the time to just repair everything. Basically, you'd have to repair all these thrusters, these 2 fuel tanks, all the heat sinks, all these like grav parts and stuff. But yeah, yes, launch. Yeah, these basins are sick. I'm gonna have a base on these basins more often now. Yeah, discard the map. We aren't doing anything there. And we're gonna land on our main base. Make sure we don't. Oh, we have a couple lifters and stuff right there. I imagine if I land on them, then they die. So I don't want to do that. Can I squeak it right here and not hit this lifter? It might work. I think it might actually. We'll be blocking this windmill, but whatever. We're not going to be here for too long. Confirm landing zone. Let's see if we kill that lifter or not. It looks like we landed right on top of it. No, yes. Okay, we killed that lifter. Alright, so we're down a lifter on our main colony. And yes, it did die because we have an extra bandwidth spot. So that's cool, I guess, yeah, we didn't need a lifter anyways, whatever. This is our main colony, this is just our... We have a ton of people here now, jeez. Alright, so what we need to do first is hook up our food input and then hook up our plumbing so we can transfer water onto the ship. That's the main reason why we landed here. Actually, we do need a lifter because we need to move all these resources into our base, which we are a little skimpy on resources. But this place will have plenty of steel now, a ridiculous amount of steel. I probably don't have to mine any more steel after leaving this steel here, other than just selling it, which would be fine. We have 1,300 plasteel, so honestly, craft up 5 marine armor. It seems like for the most part everybody has marine armor except for the people that are in our second colony. So we'll have to transfer some marine armor over there, but I think like the first people who got marine armor, their marine armor is at 65%. Once it gets to 50%, then they're gonna get a debuff from wearing it because it's turning into crap. So yeah, we're gonna start burning through marine armor, but that's okay, whatever. There is a mod so you can repair apparel. For some reason I tried getting it, but it wasn't what I thought it was, so I stopped using it. But oh, we do have plenty of storage over here, I forgot about that. And now that we have plenty of steel at our main colony, we can finish off our vault walls. And speaking of that, let me just double check at our other colony. We gotta build these walls as soon as possible. I'll have our boy make that. And then we need vault walls all along here as well. And then this place is protected from... I don't have to engage any raid now, unless it's drop pod raid. because we have these vault walls. So that will be very nice. Unless they dig into the mountain and like get around, which could happen. I could beef up certain areas. Especially over here maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that is nice. Alright, people are already switching into new marine armor, cool. I do need another mechanator, whatever. But I don't see another quest for that. What are these? Are these the mercenary thing? Yeah, those are the mercenary things. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Okay, we need these to be built because that's gonna take a little while to fill up all our water and stuff. Cool. Now our nutrient paste vats will slowly fill up, and our water tower and other water tanks will fill up as well. I'm gonna transfer the water from this tank into the ship so it goes a little quicker. I've never used this shield before. Let me just turn it on and see what it does. I assume it just makes a force field bubble that you can shoot out of. Oh, it uses a ton of power. And it lasts a certain amount of time. Intercepts ground and aerial projectiles. Okay, so I think normal bullets can shoot in and out of this. Alright, that's cool. If we get like sieged or something, we can at least turn that on. It doesn't last that long though. It does drain battery. Well, I guess we have a ton of power, so. No, power needed 200. I wonder what happens when it gets down to 0. Does it just turn itself off and it's fine? I guess we'll find out. Alright, yeah, fizzles off. Shield cooldown 4 hours. Okay, so you can only use it for a certain amount of time and it has a cooldown. The cooldown isn't that long, but I think this is more so for a future update for People Mover Expanded. I still can't say that word. Thank you, Mexi Man, for banning me saying that word. There's going to be a chapter 2 of that mod where you can have space battles and have a People Mover versus a People Mover battle in space. Kind of like Save Our Ship 2 mod. If you've ever played that, that's like a older mod that worked better in previous versions and is kind of out of date now with Odyssey, but that's what I think the future of this mod will be. So that will be pretty cool to see what they do with that, see how similar it is to SOS2, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot already to this mod. Okay, what's happening? Confusion, Callie, yeah, it's because she has Alzheimer's. Yeah. Alright, we haven't built this wall at all. Fire rescue. Oh, my mom's calling me. This is the second time she's calling me today. I gotta text her. Sorry, Mom, I'm streaming. Oh, what? Did this person get struck by lightning? Burn. I mean, it had to have been. Damn. That's rough. One of our kids just got struck by lightning. Alright, can you rescue the kid, please? I don't care about the gun, it's probably a crappy... Yeah, normal gun. Alright, I gotta text my mom. I'll call later. Or I'll say in a bit. Alright, so our water is very slowly filling up. Our food is already full. Our fuel is full. We gotta empty these storage containers and just put all that stuff. See, I shouldn't have come close to that lifter. We need that lifter. But oh well. All right, it is almost mid-fall time. All right, that doesn't matter. Okay, we constructed those so I can unallow this door from being opened from our colonists. It is 40 degrees out, which means I have to turn on our wood stove here. It's not cold yet in here, but these rooms might be starting to get cold without that wood stove heating up the water. I do have a good amount of plasteel at this colony, and gold now too, so we're chilling. My mom had her polka fest today. Nice. K Duff left me an audio message. I should not listen to that while I'm on stream. Alright, I mean, I think this will just take a little while to clear out the materials from here and put it into the base. We're immediately putting all that steel to good use. This is probably, here. Let's have somebody... What kind of traders are these guys? War merchant? Okay, I don't even want to see them. We have 12,000 corn? Jesus. Well, we aren't refining anymore, but we have a ton of fuel. I gotta make a... Can I make this guy work for a little bit? Or, have him mine this out so we can move this over here so our pyro, who likes to catch stuff on fire every now and then, this won't be the first thing that he catches on fire. And is he gonna put it on the ground? Take the best stockpile. Honestly, just drop it on the floor. I don't want you catching anything on fire. I will need to... I am concerned that he's going to catch this astro fuel on fire, which is arguably way more important than the chem fuel. It takes 2,000 chem fuel to make 1,000 astro fuel, and a ton of time to craft it. And I should put a fire sprinkler over here. And now I can increase the amount of chem fuel we have. I'll set it to 3,000. That should eat up 6,000 of our corn and stuff, but even that's not enough. We have a ton of corn. It's growing pretty quick too. I should have turned this to Devil Strand. I'd rather have so much more Devil Strand. But we have a good amount, honestly. Inspire creativity, cool. Alright, well, I might as well make another lifter here. And eventually send another lifter over to the main colony. Because it will need it. There's a lot of crops and stuff, so. Now that we have Vax here, Vax likes to cook. I do want Soldier Craft to be making more wart. We do have 140 wart in the freezer, so we're chilling for a little bit. But yeah, Vax is actually making some good food, getting rid of some of our meat, which is good. But that's gonna get eaten so quickly. Does Vax have arms? Bionic arm? Oh, he doesn't have bionic anything. Alright, maybe we start making some extra bionic arms and stuff for the people who stay on our people transporter. How is our kid doing who got struck by lightning? Let's get him his weapon again. Oh, Mom texted. Alright, well, it's been a long enough stream. I might just end stream here. Rare Thrumbos. Yeah, let's end stream here. Let's go for it. If you're on watching on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see progress updates every now and then. But yeah, thanks for joining. Until next time. And then for people on Twitch,